Hello friends, welcome to ProTalent and I am Nitin Parmar from ProTalent. We are discussing today that how to prepare for Quant. Quant का preparation plan क्या होना चाहिए for CAT exam. I'm sure you are aware about CAT exam is majorly about Quant because there is one section called quantitative ability, there is another section called LRDI where you have a lot of mathematics which is coming, and in all those mathematics you will have to work hard to ensure that you are getting a very good score. So on an average from your preparation time, some around 60% of your time should be devoted for your Quant. There are three aspects for Quant preparation. One is a conceptual knowledge, which I have given you in this, you can say, pyramid format. One is your conceptual knowledge, which is your base. Second part would be your question strategies. That means what are the common traps for a particular topic. If there are common traps, I should be aware about it. Number one. Number two, I should check the answers before I move forward. That means I should be in a position to get the right answer by putting that answer in the equation. Elimination of silly mistakes. So that's very important. Okay? And then there are various question strategies which I need to develop my capability about. So I will be preparing a separate session on question strategies, but in this particular part, you have to understand that I'm going to discuss about full prep plan. Okay, and then it comes the test strategy. That means what is the time taken per question, how do I manage my timing related issues, how do I develop my stamina, how do I manage my stress when I'm solving initial 5 to 10 questions and I'm unable to answer those questions. There may be stress on me. How can I improve upon it? And then how to build on my confidence. These are the capabilities needed for you in your CAT examinations for your Quant section. In fact, these all capabilities are needed for all the other part of your CAT sections. So that means all these things are really applicable for all the other areas. Okay, chali, great. So let me start to talk about this Quant prep plan, prepare, practice and improve. The first question you may be asking is, sir, what to prepare and how to prepare? So in this video, I'm going to give all those answers to you. So which topics are important, how many questions per topic are enough, and how to prepare for Quant sections in a broadest sense. These three important questions I'm going to discuss today in this video. Okay, so let me talk about which are the important areas in your CAT exam. Primarily, if I talk about data, that means 2015 to 2018, and if I divide number of questions being asked in the examination from a particular topic, this is the information available. Okay, I'm sure this kind of information is available to you as well. Some of you might have analyzed all this. So here we have to be very careful about picking up the topics. If I'm going to spend a lot of time on number system and I'm not working hard on my arithmetic, there will be a problem. Similarly, algebra is a crucial part. If someone is interested to get some around 80 percentile, for that person, two areas are more than sufficient, which is called arithmetic and algebra. For the students who are seeking 99 percentile, they cannot keep anything as their optional stuff. They will have to work hard and ensure that they are covering all the important areas. I hope you are understanding my point of view. Okay, for the people who are targeting 80 percentile, they can keep many things as an optional, but for the students who are targeting 99 percentile or the people who are targeting IIM Ahemedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata, for them they cannot leave anything. Okay, so I hope you have to understand this aspect. Okay, now considering this part, I can work hard on individual topic to start with. Okay, so my dear students, make sure that you pick up arithmetic algebra as the first part, and then second part would be geometry, and then the third part would be number system, and then later on modern maths. Okay, this is what you can talk about. Okay, so sir, what are you including in this arithmetic? In arithmetic, I'm including everything related to percentages, profit loss, simple interest, compound interest, ratio proportion, a working time, time speed distance, averages, mixture, allegation. Okay, so all those areas I'm covering in arithmetic. While in algebra, I'm covering logs, functions. Okay, I'm covering quadratic equations, I'm covering those indices, surds, all those areas I'm covering in this. Okay, while in number system it's all about HCF, LCM, finding out the number of factors and those kind of thing. In geometry we are covering everything. Obviously you are aware about all those things. While in modern maths we are talking about PNC, probability and statistics. These are the areas which are covered in this particular part. Okay, so I'm sure you know the answer now, which topics are important for you. Okay, so this is purely based on data. Do not go by your general notion, go by previous year's data. Obviously, we are not predicting that CAT will be like exactly what it was there in 2018, but at least you know that broadly these are the areas where the more number of questions are being asked. Okay, now the next part is, sir, what to do with respect to every topic, and more importantly, what are the important areas where I need to focus with respect to my approach. Okay, so as I mentioned in my earlier part that I will have to work on many small things. First and foremost, quantitative aptitude is all about calculation. If you are missing out on calculation, believe me, there is a problem. You must be good at table, square, cubes, reciprocal. You must know how to form equations and solve them. You must factorize most of the numbers and you must know all your basic formulas. If you are not good at all this, believe me, you are not good at your quant. Yes, let's make this thing very clear. Okay, so CAT examiner would like to check whether you are fundamentally good with your maths or not, because in their MBA program all these concepts will be bread and butter for you. Day in and day out you'll have to do all this calculation. So rule number 1 is this: calculation is must. Rule number 2, solve at least 150 questions per topic. This is very important. And what you need to do? You need to do the different approaches to solve one single question. If you can develop that capability, that means you have a lot of command over those questions. So you have to be very careful about it. Sir, should I solve 150 questions for all topic? My dear students, if you are targeting CAT 2020, possibly yes. My answer is yes. For CAT 2019 students, my answer is no. You cannot do for all topics. For the easy topics for you, whichever is an easy topic for you, solve some around 30 to 40 questions. For the tougher topic for you, solve 150 questions. I hope that makes sense. Great. Solve questions independently. That means do not look at the solutions. Okay, solve on your own. Okay, many times by looking at a solution, we feel I know it. But when it comes to solving independently, I am lacking every time. I have seen out of 2 lakh students, my understanding says that more than 1,50,000 students are the students who are unable to solve questions independently. And these are the students who are not able to get a cut above 75-80 percentile. That means you have to be very careful about developing that aspect, solving questions independently, and repeat the solutions for tough questions at least twice. Solve them twice. अपने हाथों से, ठीक है? You will be solving it through your own hand and solving them independently. That's a key for you. Okay. Another important part with respect to your CAT preparation is making a daily schedule. Remember, if you are not making daily schedule for your maths, believe me, you will always have a problem. What should I do today? Okay, I suggest that you should have a plan for next 15 or 20 days. Okay, keep a plan for 15 to 20 days and keep everything noted. That is, on day 1 I'll be solving so many questions on this topic, on day 2 I'll be covering this topic and so many questions. This is a daily schedule will be needed. Okay, that means give at least 2 hours for maths is must, and successful people accomplish their goals by doing same things over and over again. That means if you do some questions for 5 days, on the 6th day keep a revision class. That's very important. If you revise, it will be good for you. And when we design and stick to a routine, believe me, the advantage for you is you are not spending a lot of your energy on identifying what should I do today. Okay, rather you are aware that what you will be doing in the next few days. Okay, so therefore it is very important to make a good schedule. Coming to number 4, that CAT actually checks your relative performance and it is not checking your absolute performance. That means if you are worried about your overall score in a particular section, there is definitely a problem. Try to see how are you performing compared to others. This is very important. So sometimes when you have a fluctuation in your score, try to see how others have performed. In your actual CAT as well, if the paper is very tough, it is good because your score is, you can say, going to be compared with the topper score. It is very important for you to understand that aspect, and therefore you can say if paper is tough, it's good, and if the paper is easy, it's bad idea, because even if you solve all 34 questions, still it will be very difficult for you to reach to 99 percentile. Okay, so therefore it is very important for you to understand this part. So when you are preparing yourself, keep that in mind. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, do not get disheartened if you score less in one of the tests, because it's a relative performance. Try and see how others have performed. Okay, that's number 4. Coming to number 5, it is an application of knowledge per minute, or for that matter per second. That means always whenever you sit for a practice test, please put a time limit. Per question, max 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes, depending upon your speed. Okay, so mental ability, your speed and stamina is very critical. Your mental ability, understanding a question, okay, making equation in your mind, and with speed, if you are able to solve it, great. Stamina, that after 2 hours of rigorous efforts on, let's say, verbal and your data interpretation and logical reasoning, you have a maths which is coming up as your third section in your CAT. When Quant is coming as your third section, you should have a stamina that you should be able to apply all your minds there. Okay, so that's why you need to practice a lot and go for longish practice. Okay, constant intellectual and mental force to be applied regularly. You will have to tell to yourself, look, I will have to develop and analyze every question. Remember, CAT people are not developing easy questions for you. They want students should be able to analyze given set of information, and those analysis will require good intellectual capability. So that means if you are solving tough quality questions, that will improve your intellectual capability. And do not spend too much time on one question. This is very important. This always you have to remember that it is an application of knowledge per minute. So if you are spending 5 minutes, 6 minutes, it is for sure that you are not knowing the answer to that question, or you don't know the method or approach. So please leave it and move on. This is very important. Okay, and coming to number 6, practice, practice, practice. That's the only game for you. Okay, you learn from your errors. Okay, people commit a lot of simple errors under pressure of time. Generally, we commit a lot of errors when we are solving in a normal scenario. So when it comes to time pressure, we generally have a lot of problem. Okay, and you should develop working backward from the options. That's another method you need to master at, and repeatedly benchmark yourself against yourself. Remember, you are competing not with the others, but you are competing with yourself. The toppers of CAT, they always compete with themselves. They benchmark themselves, you can say, with their previous score, and they try to improve. They try to improve their stamina. They try to improve their intellectual capability. So this is very important. And the last one is aggression. Aggression is the key. Take maths question head on. This is very important. If you become docile, then you have a problem with respect to understanding the entire part. You will become little slow. You may possibly become complacent, or you may also become little bit fearful. So believe me that aggression is the key, and thereby whenever the question comes to you, take them head on. That's very important. So biggest gap during solving question is your mind is wandering. You are thinking about here and there. That's a bad idea. So you are aggressive. You will not think about any other thing. Stay focused at the problem at the end. That's very important. Silent and docile attitude will not help in solving this kind of questions in your CAT. CAT is all about aggression. Positive aggression is I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any other aggression. I'm focusing on the aggression in a positive sense. Then you are trying to put all your energy in a right manner. Okay. So my dear students, make sure that you understand what I'm trying to tell you. Try to apply all these concepts. From my experience of CAT for last 18 years, I know that it is very important for you to develop such, you can say, mindset for your CAT. Okay. So I hope you will apply all these things for your Quant Prep. Do not miss out to subscribe our channel, like this channel, and if you have any query and you want me to prepare certain videos for you on a certain topic, please put that, you can say, in the comment section. Okay. Thank you very much and all the best.